everybody, today's reaction is going to be reacting to the Sturniolo Triplets, mum of triplets, answering questions about being a mum of triplets. This is quite an old video, but a few people have mentioned it to me before and I thought it would be quite a good watch. I'm pretty sure they've done one with their dad as well, so I will make sure to react to that one as well. But as always, if you like this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. You can come and subscribe. I'm posting a bunch of Sturniolo reactions and I've already got so many on my channel if you want to check them out. But without further ado, let's just get onto the video.
Look around and just be, you know, just be.
I haven't watched one of their older videos in ages. I always forget like how much they've actually like changed.
Alright, so as you can see, or as you know, we have a mother, and she gave birth to us, so therefore, she's a mother of triplets. And a lot of people have questions for triplets. So that leads us to believe people have questions for the triplets' mother.
Absolutely.
Fair. So today we're going to be asking the mother of triplets, our mom, questions about being the mother of triplets.
Wow.
Fair? They're broken down well, I think.
I love it.
I think people are gonna
Let's
get it.
go. Yeah, I think it makes sense. You don't get it?
Explanation.
You're weird.
Okay, I have like 3 questions at once, but they're all like, it's gonna be more like a topic because
They go with
hand
each other.
They go with each other, but I'm gonna ask them all at the same time, and it can be more of like a conversation than an answer.
Okay.
Right.
Why
So-
you hair in your face?
I do
love
it all
to
the
see your
time.
face.
All right. So someone said alternative name ideas if you didn't name us
it's
Matt,
falling.
Nick, and Chris, or like what would our names be, or like how did you choose our names? Like, did you know what our names were gonna be like as we were born? Like, oh, the first one will definitely be Nick. Or the third part of the question is, if we weren't, like, if the 3 of us were all girls instead, what 3 girl names were you thinking of?
Okay, I only had one girl name, and that would be, for some reason, I like the name Madison.
That was gonna be Justin, right?
That was going to be Justin. Justin was a boy, so I held
I really
on to
like that name, Madison.
But I knew I was going to have 3 boys. I found out really pretty early, so I didn't really have to think about girl names after
Okay,
that.
yeah. So you're just like,
I went straight to the boy names. So all I knew was I always liked the name Nicholas for some reason.
Why'd you spell it wrong?
That's Dad.
No H.
No H. I like the H. He didn't want an H. I don't know. But it says it's an Italian way. Who knows? But, and then we basically let Justin decide.
Wow.
so
And-
Justin and Chris.
Oh.
Wow.
And Dad and
So
Justin
original.
kind of just like bounced names around. It was like Matt.
When they, like, when
how
they
old was
came up with
Justin?
Matt, did they have to like go to you to be like did you have to like
Like, are you
finalize?
okay with Matt?
Oh yeah, it was like Matthew was nice. I called Matthew.
What were like 2 other names that weren't like used that they thought of?
I think Dad and I thought about different names, but I don't want to mention some of them, but we remembered
Why?
people that we
Were
didn't
they
like
like
from
that?
like high school and stuff.
Oh, so
You
you're
know what I
like,
mean?
like you
Like-
like that name? Like, nah, like I used to have like use my op. Like,
Yeah,
uh,
Dad.
Yeah,
was
like I
"Oh, no,
always
that
think of
guy
names
was
like that and I'm
a
like I
jerk in high school.
couldn't
I don't
because
want
like
that name."
I connect
True.
it to
Wow.
something
So
else
what
even though I
Like,
really
your
like
life
the name.
experiences lead to like what you could possibly name your kids. Because like your
That's true.
dream kid name at like my, Matt, and Chris's age could be something that like we really want to name our kids, and then like we might meet a person with that name and like just completely
Yeah.
just
Or what if it had like a serial killer? Like
yeah.
like if a serial killer's named like Jimmy, I bet the name.
Or
Jimmy.
like when someone's like a Karen, like when
Coming.
someone's just like basically like a B word, like yeah, like if someone's like really rude, like at the store, like a Karen,
And you're
like,
like,
no
"Oh,
one's gonna
I'm
name
never
their
calling my daughter Karen.
yeah, no one's gonna name their kid Karen. Like
Sorry,
now.
Karen.
Yeah, sorry Karen, but no one's naming their kid Karen
That's
now.
so true though, like that's happened to me so many times of when thinking of names.
Yeah.
So.
So Dad and I liked every Matthew, Nicholas, and Christopher that we knew.
Oh.
And you asked me the second part of the question. Oh, and it had to go with the last name, Sturniolo.
Yeah.
It's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Also, wait. So if like
I have a
if
long
Matt
name.
was born before me, would he have been Nick?
No, because once I found out where you guys all were in my belly, like baby.
Wait, we don't move around?
No, you guys were pretty stuck in there. Once
Well, I mean, there's not much.
That's
room.
mine.
Yeah, I can
Mine
imagine.
moving
there
around.
wasn't much moving around.
That blows my mind.
I kind of knew where
There wasn't
baby
much
A
room,
was,
wanna know why?
baby B,
Shut
baby
up.
C.
He's making fun of
Mom,
me.
is it true that Nick was bigger than me and Matt when he came out because he took up more space? Like he like ate like more than us?
You can be truthful.
I believe Nick has always been the controller of the group.
The controller.
He just
So I was like,
pushed
you
his
can stay on
space
that
around.
side.
Sounds like a bad action movie.
He needed some space.
But so
So when you came out, I said, please tell me what baby you're taking out.
Oh, it's like when you got an ultrasound. So technically, when you got an ultrasound, they're like, "Oh, this is baby A, B, and C." Technically, like you had us named like from the ultrasound, like A, B, and C.
Yeah.
This is where they are. And then
Wow.
So
Damn.
technically, if we were A, B, and C on the ultrasound, we could have been born like C, B, A, like out of that order.
Well, no, because the doctor told me which babies. Keep in mind, I got a C-section,
Yeah.
so
The
he
baby.
was
Yeah.
able to go in and pick them out.
Oh, so he was like,
Oh, so
Even
he,
though
wait, he
A-
picked which one was first
No, he
born,
went in
basically.
order, A, B, C. He like
Yeah, but if
so
you like,
basically
if you-
so technically I was the oldest since they looked at the ultrasound and were like A.
it's the position, the way it's in your body.
Oh, so you were
I
like
don't
up
think
top. You were
yeah, I
close.
don't
Yes,
think
I
I
feel
was
like for
close
some reason I
enough
feel like
that
they're
that's-
confused.
basically, and he was like, that one's A, this one's B, and this one's C.
Yeah.
And
I never had any idea that it was like we weren't gonna change spots.
no, so as soon as he handed me baby A, he was like,
Oh, you touched like
this is baby A. I'm like, hi, Nicholas. Hi, Nick. Baby B.
All right, got it.
C.
Oh.
That's Chris.
That's
Yeah.
crazy. Oh, see, Chris.
So pretty much the names were just
All right, Nick,
Set
let me
in
ask the next
they
question.
fit.
Okay,
they
hold
fit.
on. So wait,
I got it. Trust me, I got it. I know what I'm doing.
I always
Which
feel
of the
like
triplets
picking
get in
out
trouble the most.
a name for your child is just such like a
Well, like, that was,
difficult
like,
thing
I
because
think-
like
mean,
obviously they can
well,
change
none
it,
of you have
but
really ever gotten
that's their
in
name, you know.
trouble.
say like in school.
For
I'm
basically
thinking-
their
I'm
whole
thinking
life
more
unless
of,
they change
like,
it.
or anything like
I'm
that.
thinking more of like in the past, like right now, like we're past the stage where it's like, oh, I'm gonna take your phone away. But like back then, who caused more of like?
Who got in the most timeouts growing up?
Side swiping.
So I'm talking like when we were like 8 and like we were just like
Yeah.
misbehaved. Like who was like the who started the issues here?
I might have to say Chris.
I knew that was coming.
Yeah, I might have to say Chris just kind of pushed it a little bit.
I was pushing the buttons.
You were pushing it a little.
Still does to this
But
day.
in
There's
general,
always one.
it was all of you at once. Because
Yeah, we worked as a
We
team.
played off
you
each
work
other.
as a team. There wasn't ever a time that, like, one of you decided to go, you know, postal, and then the other two were like, oh, I think we'll stay really calm. Like, if one of you went up crazy, the other two went down.
I can imagine it was just
But
chaos.
I do have to say, though, it did seem like there were days where things were peaceful,
I think Chris is
but
just
then
drunk.
one of you would do something.
And then I wreaked havoc among the home.
Like, there was never a day that one of you would do something.
That's so funny.
We kept you entertained.
You kept me young.
Yeah.
Wait, I'm the next question. Let
Next
me
question.
read it. How did you know who was who? Did you just know off rip?
How do I know who was who, when, what?
When
It's like just in
How do you know?
different
It's kind of a broad question, but I'm thinking like I think they mean when we like looked a lot alike.
Oh,
Actually,
I had no idea who you were.
What?
I had no idea. So I constantly got confused. But
Really?
Nick had dark hair when he was born, keep in mind. So I knew.
Oh yeah, 'cause me and Matt were like blonde.
But
But Nick was blonde.
Another question I'm gonna ask that goes with it, so that like you can answer them at the same time again, is like, how'd you know who was who when we were little? And then another part, someone asked like what age were we when you were like, okay, I'm never getting it wrong again, like Nick, Matt, and Chris. if you-
17 and a half.
Really? That late?
No.
Oh, I was gonna say that was like a year ago.
No, well, now
Not even half. Oh yeah,
now
a
I
year.
get Nick and Matt confused.
Yeah, but you
They're
just do that
starting
when
to
you
look
think
alike.
fast. You know Nick's
Yeah, like
Nick,
you also call like Justin, Trevor, and like Dad,
Right.
like.
When you guys were babies and you were like little teeny babies and you're all like in your little bassinets. I mean, Chris has a little like a mark in the back, so sometimes I would flip him over to make sure it was him, and then we polished his toenail. Remember that?
Yeah.
So that I wouldn't have to keep flipping
What color?
him over.
What color were we?
We did.
I
red,
feel like that's
we
actually a
did
fairly good
pink
idea
on
because
the
I always wonder
toenail.
how they don't get them
Then
mixed
I
up.
put names at the back of the bassinets,
Like when you have twins
so
or
I would know
triplets.
who was who. And then I kind of, I don't know. I guess I just.
I have a question I've been dying to find the answer to. Say one day like grandma came over, right, and you give her like Matt and Nick,
Yo,
Right.
and then
I'm
one
a
day
mess with these
she's
guys.
holding Nick in this arm, Matt in this arm, and then she like scratches her legs and then like switches the babies.
But I would always know you because you have a mark on your
Yeah,
back.
but what if like Matt's actually Nick, but like you just
Yeah,
call
like
him
what
Matt
are the
because they
odds
switch?
one day like I was in like a labeled crib as Nick, Matt was in a labeled
No,
crib as Matt,
because
and
you
they like
always
just
look
jumped
different.
over.
You weighed the most and you had the darkest hair.
Yeah, there's
These
always
two,
like little
it
differences.
could have been a possibility, but he had a mark on his back, so there
Oh,
was
the
the
mark.
mark gave it away. The mark kept
So
us
you
straight.
think like I've been Chris since day one? Like I've never got swapped or
You
anything?
are
Since the
Chris.
jump.
Chris is Chris and Chris.
Okay.
All right. Well, that's
Yeah.
a good. That's
and
a good.
I think
safety
Nick
thing.
has always been Nick because Nick had the darkest chair. Nick was the biggest. There was no messing
Okay,
around.
big guy. Yeah, I was like 5 pounds when I was born. Or like 4.
Yeah, but like
me
Matt
and
was
Chris,
like 2.5 or something,
yeah.
right?
Right, someone said, have you ever
It's a light
lost
baby.
them as children?
I remember
Do
we
you
got
guys
lost.
ever
Me and my cousin got
remember
lost at a
being
zoo
I remember
once because
once. No, it wasn't your fault.
we
You
went
gave
to the
Justin
toilet and
permission to
everybody
watch over
thought
me
that
for,
everybody
like,
had
2
finished in the
minutes,
toilet,
and
but
he
me and my
decided to
cousin
run
hadn't, and then
away.
they
And
left.
I was like really little in Target.
And then we
And
came
they had to,
out
like, call
and
Stores,
everyone was
yeah.
gone.
The intercom.
Yes,
I couldn't
do
imagine bringing,
remember
like-
you guys getting lost,
God.
like in the stores under the clothes, like for a second, and I'd be like, "Oh my God, where are you?"
And we
And
just
then
pop
you'd be
out.
there. But no, I have kept really close tabs on you.
Yeah,
I've
none of us were like
never
ever like
lost you.
abandoned for more than like 10 minutes.
No.
Yeah, because
No.
I remember one time when I was little, I vividly remember like being between like clothes in the women's.
Oh,
Yeah, I used to like hide
Yeah,
and
you
like try to
guys used to
scare
go
you.
underneath the women's clothes.
Yeah, well, that is so
we
fun.
went-
I remember doing that like a
Yeah,
lot.
me too.
So do I. Did you ever notice people double taking when they saw the triplets in public?
Always.
It's like, you'd
Yeah,
be
I feel like
Still
yeah.
do.
yeah,
would do
like,
that.
example. What are you thinking? Like when we were little, like,
Everywhere we've gone, I've even when we didn't have a triplet stroller,
Oh my God, you had a
we
triplet.
did, which was pretty long, and we kind of looked like a parade.
That's something like out of Dr. Seuss. I feel like the triple.
Yeah.
Like, thing. That's literally
People
straight out
have
that Portland
always,
movie.
like in stores and stuff, everywhere we go, they'd be like, they'd look and they'd go, are you guys the same age, or are you twins? No, we're triplets. Oh, and people have always done double takes.
yeah.
That's so funny.
Because I remember when me, Matt, and Chris worked at Star Market, like they put us on register like literally 4, 5, 6, and the
Right.
person was at like Chris's register, and like they're like, oh, I'm gonna go get one more thing, and then like cut the line to me and be like, oh, here.
Oh,
and I'm like,
yeah.
whoa, like you totally
Right.
interrupted everything. I'm like, I don't know who you are, what you're buying, and then Chris is like, oh no, you're supposed to be over here, or like.
Yeah, that
Someone will
was-
check
that's
out at like
Yeah.
the farthest one, and as they're walking down, just be like, "Oh my god!" Like, be so mind blown that they just walked by. Like,
Exactly.
but I feel like
Yeah,
up until
that's fair.
like earlier on this year, or even like fully a year ago, we all looked even more alike. And I feel like this was the first year where it's like we
A
have
lot of people
seriously,
say
like-
that. A lot of people say, I can finally tell your boys
Yeah.
apart.
Yeah.
Like as of like this year, we
This
started to
year,
look the
I
most
think your
different.
hair's different.
I feel like if we really wanted to, we could all look the exact same
you
again.
could
though.
totally look alike and trick
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah.
I also remember when you guys were playing hockey and there was like 3 Sturniolos on the ice.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
People on the other team would be like, "Hey, how come that kid gets to play the whole game?" But it wasn't always one kid.
Yeah,
it was like
it was
3
all-
of
Oh
you.
right,
That's
yeah.
so
You know?
funny.
So I'd be like,
You know, see, when
different
you don't really
kid.
think
That
about
must
all
have been
these
so
things that
confusing
like
with the
come
refs.
with
Like,
being
I
a
actually
triplet
vividly
or a
remember
twin.
getting a penalty called on me
Because of Matt.
Because of Matt.
Oh my god, he'd be the worst.
Like they put me in the penalty box,
never
and
said
like
anything.
one time
That
I got
happened.
like fully ejected from a game because they thought it was Matt. I remember.
Not my fault.
I remember times they'd put like the coach would come and remember like the score sheet, like what happened. They're like, oh, you got an assist today, Nick? I'd be like, no, like
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
There
It
was
like,
definitely some
Chris.
confusion in hockey.
Yeah, because I
For
mean,
sure.
you have like all the gear on, like our friend Nathan too. We look a lot like Nathan, sort
Yeah.
of. So it's like when we started playing with like other kids that are like the same stature as us.
yeah.
Then we were screwed.
When
It
it's,
was
like,
already
same
3,
height,
and then it was
same
like
hair, it's
Nathan, and
doomed.
then like 2
Well,
other kids that
even-
like were the same size as us, like 7 kids on the ice that looked the same.
When you guys were blonde when you were little, I remember once going
I never
out,
knew that they were blonde
with some
when they
of
were
your
younger.
friends, even like blonde girls and stuff,
Mhm.
and people would be like, "Are those all your kids?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I have quadruplets." You know, I would trick people.
Oh my god, Matt does that to this day.
Blonde.
When me and Matt
Yeah.
like go out together, like just me and him, I remember vividly this lady was like, "Oh, are you guys twins?" Matt goes, "Not triplets." She's like, "Oh, where's the third one?" Because they always ask where the third one is.
Right.
And Matt goes, "Oh, he's dead," and we just kept
we
walking.
I told him
It was
after
so
the joke.
funny.
That's right. That's nice.
But I also, even like people that don't, even like
told her it
kids
was a
that
joke.
didn't look like me, Matt, or Chris, our friend Chloe looks just like you.
Right.
So even though it was like Chloe
So it
never
could be
looked
my
like us,
daughter.
people could be like, "Oh, are these all your kids?" And it would still pass because even though us and Chloe look nothing alike, you and Chloe look a lot alike. So it was like,
Right.
regardless, people
Right.
always thought that like no matter what children you were watching, they were all yours.
plus when when you guys were really little and Justin would like go out with us and hang out, you know, before he was too cool for us. People were like, wow, this lady's got a lot of kids with her.
Yeah.
So you'd have you guys, Justin,
Especially if, like,
friends.
if we brought a friend somewhere and then like Justin brought a friend, it was like
a party.
immediately
Yeah.
7 kids. Like immediately.
So many
Yeah,
kids.
true.
All,
Which
like,
one of us three make you laugh the most?
There's not one particular one. You have different days to be funny.
Lies.
There are days that each of you make me laugh the most, and there are days that each of
Well,
you
that's
make
a
me
difficult
cry the
question.
most.
I wouldn't even want
So,
to answer that.
It depends on your mood. I mean, sometimes Matt will say something really funny, sometimes Chris will say something funny, and sometimes Nick will
Not
say
really
something.
though.
All right, but like
Not
most
really.
often.
Yes,
Not
like,
really.
let's
You guys
change
didn't
the
get
question.
really.
We can even change
Oh,
the
I
question.
was.
Questions are hard because you guys are a lot. You
my
do a lot of
God.
the same things.
Who makes you laugh the least then?
Oh, that's worse. That's worse.
That's worse.
Who makes me laugh the least?
I think miserable Matt makes you laugh the least.
Yeah, I don't know. Matt hasn't been making me laugh lately.
Damn.
That's
Yeah, I
real
know.
serious.
Nick's a funny guy.
Real serious.
I
Nick
laugh.
makes me laugh.
I laugh at Nick like every day.
Nick makes me laugh.
I pride myself in thinking I'm the funniest, so it's like
Yeah, Nick makes me laugh.
that's true.
Yeah.
Where's the
Nick has-
praying that answer is coming out to me?
Yeah, I'll go with Nick.
Okay, buddy, don't gash yourself.
He's happy with that.
See, I trying to laugh. See how easy it is?
Dude, I can make mom laugh like. Dude, you'd be perfect in a comedian show, mom. Cause like the comedian
No,
could be.
no. Some comedy I don't like.
Yeah, some
I
of
don't
it,
like
but like
offensive comedy.
majority of comedy, I could make you laugh. Like.
No, you guys make me laugh. Not all comedians make
Anyone
me laugh.
tripping could make you laugh. I love America's Funniest Home Videos.
I don't know why that makes me laugh. That's terrible.
You
I
laugh
like pee
every
my
time.
pants.
Oh
I
my
laugh so hard. That's a terrible thing. People are falling and I laugh. I don't know why. I think it's nerve. That's nervous laughter. They call that nervous laughter. Because you're like,
Who are they?
are you?
But I do that if like
Wow,
if
you
one of
just
my
got
friends
that.
or like falls over. Obviously, make sure they're all right.
Look,
But
there's
then
like
I'm
two more
like,
questions,
Oh,
but we can
that's
like
all.
come
Give
up.
me
you
more.
know, why is it so like? Why is people falling funny? It shouldn't
Nicest
be.
thing that your kids did for you.
Oh, there. You know what?
You can include Justin, but like it's a triplet-based video. But
I have to say, remember I said this to you guys the other night that you've always been pretty thoughtful. Remember when we were leaving the Brown school?
I knew you were gonna say that.
I knew I was gonna say that. I knew that. I wish we like recorded our predictions because
Yeah.
that's
Grade, and you took it on yourselves to kind of ask all these other parents and all the kids in the class to create like a thank you gift for me, and you wrote something.
Look at us.
And then at the end, at your
so
at your
lovely.
moving on ceremony, you kind of like surprised me.
Yep.
That
Remember
was
It was
really
raining
nice.
that day.
We didn't give context that our mom worked at the school that we went to for like 6 years.
Well,
so it wasn't
I
like
volunteered. That was the.
She like basically volunteered, but like worked harder than half the people who actually like work at the school. But she like, you were there for the entire time we were at the school, so it wasn't like a random like, oh, let's get these triplets moms a gift for like the moving on ceremony. It was
All
like,
of our friends. in middle
everyone
school
who
knew my
went to the
mom.
school, even people who weren't like our friend, knew of our mom because she worked at the school. Which is part of the reason we were so cool.
It's
Our
such a
mom was
thoughtful thing to
constantly there.
do.
So it was like, I remember leaving my class, like, I remember friends in like third block would be like, oh, do you want to like hang out today after school? And then they'd be like, oh, we'll figure out with our parents after school. I'd be like, I'll go to like the library and ask my mom right now. Like you were just always
Yeah,
at
you were
the
always
school.
at something.
So I was just like, oh, I'll just go ask my
Yeah,
mom.
that was a really fun time. I really enjoyed being involved in school and supporting you guys that way, and also getting to be with all your other friends. And I always thought I was like the kind of mom that kids could all come to. So I really felt the whole community pitched in and acknowledged me, and that was real. But you guys initiated that,
Yeah.
which for sixth grade,
I think I came up with that idea, believe it or
Chris
not.
definitely came
What-
up with that idea. We basically got like an Easter basket, but like not. It
No,
wasn't
I knew there's some flip flops in there for sure. I know.
Yeah.
that.
It's a lovely
notebook.
thing
A
because it's like you
notebook
didn't
and
have
then
to.
some,
Like I love when
made a
people.
photo
It's so much
album.
more
Oh, yeah.
thoughtful when it's like you didn't have to do that when nobody asked you to do that. You've just gone out of your way to do it.
Now, you're putting putting me on the spot because there's been so many other things. My recent
Just too many.
birthday
Too many. You
present,
just can't name them
when
all.
you brought me bubbles. 'Cause
Oh, that's
I
on
love
TikTok.
Bubbles.
Oh yeah,
That's
we
on
posted
TikTok.
that.
I love bubbles, and you got me bubbles, and then raisinets, because you know I like my raisinets with my popcorn.
I'm trying to think of something
You know I like Triton journals, so you've gotten me journals. So you've been very, very thoughtful.
I think you
in
have,
your gift.
honestly, like, I was gonna get you a journal for Christmas this year, but I
We're
was
done
like,
with that. We have like.
I was like, I think
Why don't you show
I
me a
think-
fully written journal? I'll get you.
Oh, I've got plenty.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll
like
get
at
another
least.
journal.
No, I
The
honestly,
problem is you can't read them because they're all in cursive.
I
Oh,
think,
yeah, that
I
is
You're
think,
gonna have to get it translated.
Yeah, you're always like,
I
oh,
think
when
mom
I.
has enough paper to write, like, rewrite the Bible 700 times.
I like to write these journals
Mom could
because
make,
they're
like, 7
journals to
dictionaries.
basically you guys when you get older, and I want
we
you to
can't
read
read them
them.
because they're in cursive.
You're gonna have to get someone who can read cursive. There are many other things, and if you ever bring me back for a second time, I'm sure I can come up with them. But you guys are very thoughtful. Cards, a lot of thoughtful cards you've given me.
I love cards.
Yeah, you're good boys.
She honestly just
You're
seems
good
so
kids.
sweet,
You, like,
doesn't she?
don't mind saying I'm your mom and
No
hanging
way.
out with
Come
me
on,
and-
Mom.
Last question, most difficult question. You have to answer.
Oh.
It's gonna be like, who's your favorite?
Yeah, who's your
Don't
favorite?
ask me who your favorite is. No, that's
Who's your favorite?
you know it's really
Can't
funny
answer
because
that.
when I told a couple people I was doing this, they're like, you know, they're gonna ask who's your favorite.
And you were like, I'm gonna say Nick, but like.
Okay.
You're like, I'm thinking Nick, but
I
the
love-
odds of me saying that out loud are slim.
No, I love all 4 of my
Who-
boys.
okay.
Nick.
Okay. Who you got along with the most from when we were ages 8 to 12?
I believe that's
Don't lie. Shh.
I believe she had to get
Very
along with Nick
specific.
because
Yeah,
Nick
that was
separated
kind of
himself
forced.
from his brothers.
That was forced by you.
Just
Not gonna
saying.
lie.
Nick and I were definitely the closest growing up, but if I have to pick,
That's the best the answer's gonna get.
if I have to pick my favorite son, it is my
The dog.
Trevor.
That
Or
dog gets whatever
excuse.
he wants.
Yeah,
The
literally.
dog
answer.
loves me, does not talk back, jumps up and down.
I
when
gotta
he
get rid of him.
sees
He's my
me,
only competition.
Gives me a big
I gotta
hug.
get rid of
Just,
him.
so I don't have a favorite. I love you all the same.
Sure.
Who's your favorite mother?
Probably the dog.
It's a tough question.
No, let us know if you guys want a part 2, and I'll put the link to the gift of us giving my mom bubbles down below. So when you heard that, I'll show you the video to that down there, and follow our Instagram and stuff. We'll post photos of our mom. Mom, you want an Instagram? Oh my, we can
Absolutely
I
not.
was about to say,
Okay,
Mom.
I was gonna say
follow
I
my
can
mom's
hardly
Instagram,
use
but
my phone. I don't.
all right, she
No.
doesn't want to.
All right, if you want a part 2, comment it.
I'm
and
old-fashioned.
We'll do it. We'll bring Mary Lou back.
Yay! Bring me back.
Of course. Let's go.
Oh, good night. Bye, boys. Love you.
Love you more. I gotta drive you home still. No,
Oh,
don't
yeah.
say bye yet.
What a lovely little video. I really enjoyed that. So I'm glad that I reacted to that, and I will make sure to react to them asking their dad the questions. I wonder how different the questions will be, or whether there'll be some of the similar ones. But thank you all so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye.